What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So I have some sad news to report to you guys, and that is that WWE Hall of Famer Mike Rotunda, also known as Irwin R. Shyster or IRS, has entered hospice care, according to his former tag team partner. Rotunda, who is the real-life father to the late Bray Wyatt, as well as Wyatt's sixth leader, Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, had a strong run in the 1980s and 90s throughout WWE, WCW, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. He made his first major impact on U.S. television as one half of the U.S. Express tag team alongside Barry Windham. Windham was recently interviewed by legendary wrestling media figure Bill Apter and surprisingly revealed that Rotunda was not doing well health-wise. He said, quote, to Apter, "It's kind of tough right now. Mike is in hospice right now. So anyway, I love their family. It's so tragic." While Windham did not specify what led to Rotunda being placed in hospice, he offered sincere praise for the 67-year-old and discussed how tragic it was that the family lost Bray back in 2023. I believe Bray Wyatt died of a heart ailment-related stroke, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was supposed to be wearing a heart monitor for heart irregularity, and I think he either wasn't wearing it or the battery wore out or something like that. I vaguely remember it. I think he was 36 years old when he passed. But anyway, he said, quote, "He was just a good boy. He was such a good person. Never got in trouble at all his whole life. He's a good boy." Many fans of the 1990s era of wrestling will remember Rotunda fondly as IRS, harassing wrestlers and fans for not paying taxes and cheating the system. He'd enjoy a successful run alongside Ted DiBiase as the Money Inc. tag team. They would win the WWE Tag Team Championship together on 3 separate occasions. Rotunda's U.S. Express run with Windham, however, got him on the map in the United States, running through WWE, All Japan, and the AWA. He would also find success in a tag team with Dr. Death Steve Williams, the late Dr. Death Steve Williams, I'm not mistaken, I think he passed away a couple years ago, and Jim Crockett Promotions, defeating the Road Warriors for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. He would even briefly join the NWO during their 5-year run in WCW from 1995 through 2000. A lot of newer fans will recognize Rotunda's contributions to his sons, Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas Wyatt. Real name Windham was named after Barry Windham, was one of WWE's most trailblazing acts until his untimely passing in 2023. Dallas currently pays homage to Wyatt's contributions to the industry through the Wyatt Six stable, where he portrays the Uncle Howdy character that Wyatt laid the groundwork for. And, I was not watching WWE as much as I had used to at that time. I was watching it, but not as much as I had at that time. But I do remember the IRS character. And, I thought it was rather funny. I thought it was creative. I do remember him being a guy that cut a lot of great promos at that time. And I think back then, wrestlers had to be more creative, and I think they were involved more in the creative process when it came to cutting promos and also choreographing and strategizing how their matches would go, as opposed to recent years. It seems like they rely more on writers and scripts, and it seems like it's more of like I said, I don't watch wrestling as much as I used to, but it seems like it became more of a system with less input from the wrestlers and more about the system. And I've always maintained that I think it's better for an organization to have competition because competition helps to breed creativity and excellence. And when you don't have competition, sometimes it can lead to unoriginality and formula, and a formulaic type system in place that you get lazy, right? So I know I'm kind of getting off subject here, but um, about him being in hospice, that could mean a couple of things. I know generally speaking, when you hear about somebody being in hospice, you tend to think that they're on their last days or in their last days. And um, that may not necessarily be the case. Look, Jimmy Carter was what, 98 when he entered hospice? And most of us thought that he only had a few days to a few weeks to live. And he wound up being in hospice for almost 2 years before he passed away. There had been another person, I'm trying to remember his name. I think was it Art Buchwald? Art Buchwald? I think he was in hospice for 5 to 8 years before he passed away. Sometimes it could be a situation where you're in declining health, but the decline is so slow that you may be in hospice for almost, several years. And there are the rare exceptions where people can be in hospice where they're in such great health that it's thought that they're on death's door, but then they can sometimes recover and live for several more years in good health. But yes, the majority of the time, when a person's in hospice, it is a sign that they are no longer responding to normal care, normal, what's what I'm looking for, normal, regular medical care and medications and regular therapy is no longer working. And it's more about comfort. And at that point, the person is determined to be at end of life. So I don't know what exactly is going on with him, but I can't help but think that the death of his son probably has some impact on him to help put him in this situation, unfortunately. But I just want to report this to y'all. I know a lot of you guys grew up as huge wrestling fans in the 80s and 90s. So tell me what you guys think about this.